Hello, grade 10s. Welcome to Spark Genius Academy with Polite. So, on this lesson, this is lesson number 3 on laws of exponents. So, on this one, we're going to continue with simplifying exponents. So, what we're going to work on, uh, we have x to the power 1 over 2, and this is multiplied by, okay, let's say the x to the power 1 over 2 is raised to 3, né? This is raised to the power 3. Everything here is to the power 3. Then we multiply this by, in fact, let's use the multiplication instead of dot. Then this is 3, the root of x squared. And everything here is divided by 6, the root of x. So remember that when we work with this type of question, the first thing that we need to do is to remove the the suds. Okay, we need to remove those roots. So we write the roots in the exponential form. Let's just do a quick revision on how do we remove the roots. Remember, if I have n, the root of a to the power m, this is equals to a, which is the base, then whatever that you have outside the root, it's your denominator. So the exponent inside the square root comes on top. Then you divide that by whatever that you have outside your root. I hope this makes sense. Let's apply that. So to save time, here I'm going to multiply these two, the 1 over 2 and the 3, because this is a power raised to the exponent. You see, it's easy. Multiply the exponent, simple. Let's work on that. Let's multiply the exponent. So this will be x to the power 3 over 2 multiplied by, let's remove the roots. Let's write the root in the exponential form. Okay, so now this will be x. Remember, we said that the 2 inside the square root, this exponent 2 will be our numerator, and whatever that we have becomes on the denominator. I think this is the best explanation that we can do. This is the best I can do, guys, to explain how to convert this. Né? Yeah. So now on this one, remember that this x is to the power 1, which will come on top. We divide by whatever that is on that root. So this is 6. Right. This was the first step. Let's continue working on this. Look at what we have on top. The bases are the same. What do you do when you multiply the same base? I have a to the power n, which is multiplied by a to the power m. These have the same base. I'm going to add the exponent. That's what I'm going to apply to work on this. So now the top part will give me x to the power that 3 over 2. I'm going to add this as 2 over 3. So remember, they will say without using a calculator. So that's why I'm going to take this step by step. Everything is divided by that x to the power 1 over 6. Okay, so now, so far, we can apply the second law of exponent that says that if I have a to the n and this is divided by a to the m, the base are the same. I'm going to subtract the exponent. So I'll write this as n minus m. Okay, so now look at this. I have x, I have x. The base are the same. Then I can write this as x. On top, I have 3 over 2, which we add 2 over 3. Then we need to subtract the 1 over 6. So I'm going to explain why I did not punch the calculator on these two guys, because I just want to show the marker that, you know what, I'm good at this. I know how to work with fractions. I know how to add and subtract fractions. So ladies and gents, look at what we have so far. So we're going to work on that fraction. I have 3 over 2 plus, this is 2 over 3 minus 1 over 6. So now the aim here is to make sure that the denominators, all the denominators are 6, because 6 is our biggest denominator. It's the one that is larger than 2 and 3. So I'm just going to choose all my denominators to be 6. How can I do that? Look at this 2. How can we make 2 to be 6? We need to multiply top and bottom by 3. That will give us 6. So we do the same. Look at this 3. How can we make the 3 to be 6? We can multiply top and bottom by 2. So 3 times 3, we are multiplying these 2. So what is 3 times 3? That's 9. Then over 6. Then I'm going to have this plus 4 over 6 minus 1 over 6. So now what happens? The base are the same. We can the denominators are the same. We can write this as one denominator, then work the top part. Right. So this will be 9 plus 4. That's 13 minus 1, that's 12. So the answer is 12 over 6. So this tells me that, you see, when they see you writing this, they will be very impressed with your work. So this will be x to the power 12 over 6, but we know that 6 goes into 12 two times, so the final answer will be x squared. And that's it for this problem. Let's continue on simplifying exponents. Let's work on some of the ones that they like to ask you in an examination. Right, so in an exam, these are the type of questions that you need to expect. So on the second one, let's say we have 2 to the power x minus 1, which is multiplied by 4 to the power x, and this is multiplied by 3 to the power x, but this one is raised to 2, and everything is divided by 16 to the power x times 6 to the power 2x minus 1. So ladies and gents, first thing first, number 1, prime factors. Okay, prime factors. You need to write numbers like 4 into its prime factors. So what I'm trying to say is that we're going to first say this is 2x minus 1, and we need to write the 4 using the prime factor. We know that 4 is 2 to the power 2. So I'm going to change the 4 and say this is 2 to the power 2. Multiplied by, and I have this as 3 to the power x. I'm just going to leave it like that for now because I'm still working with prime factors. So 16 is 2 to the power 4. So this will be 2 to the power 4, close the bracket, x. And then what do we have so far? 6. We need to change the 6. So the 6 is 2 times 3. Right, so guys, if you need to understand how to write numbers into their prime factors, please just go to your calculator, say 6, then you punch equal sign, then you do shift fact. It will tell you that 6 can be written as 2 times 3, and this is to the power what? 2x minus 1. Everything is good now. Let's continue working on this. We can multiply out the exponent. So when we multiply out the exponent, what we're going to do is that we're going to take this 2, multiply with that x. We're going to take this guy, these two guys, multiply them. So remember, this is to the power 1, this is to the power 1. So we're going to say 1 times this whole exponent, and then even this one will be multiplied by that whole exponent. Let's work on that. Please make sure that you don't make mistakes. So you can pause the lesson, then try to multiply out the exponent and see if you can write this in the correct form. So this will be 2x minus 1 multiplied by, this will be 2 to the power 2x, which is 2 times 2. 2 times x is 2x, then times, then I'm going to say this will be 3 to the power 2x, and everything is divided by 2 to the power 4x. So this will be 2 to the power 4x times, remember we are multiplying the 1 with 2x minus 1, so this is just 2 to the power 2x minus 1. I'm very sorry if I'm moving fast. So this will be, let me try to move slow. So this will be 2x minus 1 times, this will be 3 to the power 2x minus 1. Right, look, the best thing to do this is to check if you have the same base on top. Do you have the bases that are the same. Yes, we do have the bases that are the same. I have 2, which is the same to that 2. Right. Even on bottom, we have 2, which is same to that 2. So let's start with the top part. The bases are the same. These two bases are the same. We're going to add the exponent. So we can write it as 1, 2 to the power x minus 1. Then we add the 2x. This will be multiplied by 3 to the power 2x. So the bases are the same. You add the exponent, then divide. Do the same thing on this one. Is going to be 2. Add the exponent, which is 4x plus 2x minus 1. This is multiplied by 3 to the power 2x minus 1. Okay, so let's continue working on this problem. So when we continue to work on this, look at what we have. Let's add the like terms. So the like terms that we have here, this guy and that guy, these are the like terms. So it's x plus 2x, which will give us 3x. So I'm going to write this as 2 to the power 3x, right? So that 3x, and then now we still have minus 1. So this will be minus 1 times 3 to the power 2x. Divide by, let's work on the denominators. Let's add the like terms. So which one are the like terms? The 4x and the 2x are the like terms. You add these two, you get 6x. So this will be 2 to the power 6x. Then we still have that minus 1. So it will be 6x minus 1 times 3 to the power 2x minus 1. Okay. So now we are dividing the same base. What do we do to the exponents? We subtract them. Let's start with the base 2. So we're going to say base 2. Let's start with the base 2. So we're going to say base 2. We take the exponent of the base of that one that is on top. You subtract the one on bottom, which is 6x minus 6. But please make sure that you put it inside the bracket. So it's going to be 6x minus 1. Because if you don't put it inside the bracket, you won't multiply out the bracket by negative, which will make the whole solution to be wrong. So now we still have the base 3. We're going to write 3, which is the one on top. We take the exponent of the one on top. We minus the exponent of the one on bottom, which is 2x minus 1. I hope this makes sense. I hope everyone is happy so far. So let's multiply out of the brackets here. When we say multiply out the bracket, it's like saying negative times 6x. Then you take the negative, you multiply it with minus 1. Just do this step by step. Né? So this will be 2 to the power 3x minus 1. Then we minus 6x, because it's minus times 6x, which is minus 6x. Then this is minus times minus 1, which will give us positive 1. Then when you have it like this, you have to do the same on the base 3. So this will be 2x. You need to take that negative sign, multiply the 2x with negative, then multiply the minus 1 with negative. So the answer that you get is going to be minus 2x plus 1. So let's identify if we have any like terms. So the 3x, it's like term to that one, and the 1 and the 1, these are the like terms. This side, the 2x, this is like terms. Then this one, it's only on its own. So now if we continue working on this, we're going to have this as 2 to the power 3x minus 6. We get negative 3x. Then minus 1 plus 1 is just 0. So this is multiplied by 2x minus 2x, that's 0. Then we add 1. So this will be 3 to the power 1, because these two cancels. And then now, can we leave our answer like this? Can we leave our answer like this? No. We have a negative exponent. So since we have a negative exponent, remember the 3 to the power 1 is positive. We're going to leave it on top. Then the one that has a negative exponent, you put it on bottom with a different sign. And that's it. This is your final answer. That's it. This is your final answer. Let's work on more problems, but on the next one, I need you to pause the lesson, try to work this problem step by step on your own first. Then let's see if you're going to get the same answer. If we get the same answer, let's work on this one. Let's say this is the second example. I'm not sure if it's the second or it's number 3. I think this is number 3. Oh, we're having so much fun. So this is nice. This is nice. Easy stuff, ne? So this is x to the power. It's 6 to the power x minus 2. And this is multiplied by 3 to the power x. Everything is divided by 18x minus 1. Okay, so when you have it like this, one thing I need you to do, first thing first, prime factors. The 6 can be written as 2 times 3. Then this will be to the power x minus 2. Okay? Right. So then this is multiplied by, look at that. We have 3 to the x. Then divide everything there by 18, but we need to write 18 as a prime factor. So 18, we can write it as 2 times 9, but the 9 is 3 squared, so we can write this as 2 times 3 squared. Guys, you don't have to struggle when it comes to this one. Please use your calculator, consult your calculator, and it will tell you that when you say 18 equal sign and then you punch shift fact, then you're going to get 2 times 3 squared. So the 2 times 3 squared is to the power what? X minus 1. So when you are done, one thing I don't want you to forget is that this 2 is to the power 1, this 3 is to the power 1, this 2 is to the power 1. So now we need to multiply out to the exponents. Please don't make mistake. Remember, the 1 will multiply that, and also this 1 will multiply that. So what I'm trying to say is that on top, we're going to have this equation as 2, 1 times the x minus 2, so it's just x minus 2. Nothing changes. But if it was 2 to the power 2, we're going to multiply each term of the exponent as 2 with 2. So it's going to be 2x minus 4. But now it's just 1, so it will remain x minus 2. Then we multiply this by 3x minus 2. Then let's go on the denominator. What do we have there? We have 2 to the power 1, which will give us 2 to the power x minus 1. But look at this. Look at this. The 2. The exponent is 2, so we need to take the 2, we multiply with that x, then you take the 2, you multiply with that minus 1. So you need to make sure that you multiply each term. So this will be 3 to the power 2 times x is just 2x. Then 2 times minus 1 is negative 2. Right, when it's like this, you're going to ask yourself, what can we do from this part? And I think we made a mistake on top. We forgot to include our 3 to the power x. For sure, where you are busy saying, say, 3 to the power x. What happened to 3 to the power x? 3 to the power x, say. But now, everything is good, né? Everything is good. So, let's work now. Do we have the like terms? Do we have the like terms on top? Yes, we do. So, the base are the same. Let's add the exponent on top. So this will be 2 to the power x minus 2 multiplied by 3 to the power x minus 2. These bases are the same. We add the exponent. So this will be plus x. Then everything is divided by 2 to the power x minus 1 times 3 to the power 2x minus 2. So what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to do is to make sure that I explain everything step by step. So now at the top part we have the like terms. X plus x is just 2x, so this will give me 2 to the power x minus 2 multiplied by 3 to the power 2x minus 2. So now on the denominator we still have 2 to the power x minus 1 times 3 to the power 2x minus 2. So let's work on this. The base are the same. We are dividing the same base. So I'm just going to start by working this part here. I'm just going to start by working that part, and then we'll do the other part. Okay, let's work on that. We're going to say this one will be the base of 2. We take the exponent of the one on top. We subtract. Remember, when you subtract, put it inside the bracket. We subtract the exponent of the one on the denominator. Right. So then we're going to continue working on this and say this is multiplied by 3 to the power the one on top, which is 2x minus 2. Then we subtract the one on bottom, which is also 2x minus 2. Right, we already know what will happen on that one. We know that that will give us 0, but no need for us to run. Let's take this step by step. X times minus 1 and x, it's minus 1 times, it's minus 1 times x and minus 1 times minus 1. So let's quickly work on that, and we still have to do the same this side. Multiply each term in the bracket by the negative. So what do we get when we work on that one? So this will be 2 to the power x minus 2. Then this will be minus x plus 1 multiplied by 3 to the power 2x minus 2. And this will be plus, it's minus 2 minus 2, because we're multiplying out of the bracket by what? By negative. So this will be negative 2x plus 2. Right. So let's look at this. Do we have the like terms? These two, it's x and the other one is negative. So they just cancel. They'll give us 0. Minus 2 and 1. These are the like terms. Minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. This will be 2 to the minus 1 times. Let's come this side. These are the like terms, which is 0. These are the like terms, which is 0. When you add them, minus 2 plus 2, that's 0. 2x minus 2, that's 0. So this will give us 3 to the power 0. So now remember, anything to the power 0, it's 1. Let's write this down, just in case if someone just joined the lesson now. Our lesson, they didn't start with us on lesson 1. So anything to the power 0, it's 1. So what I'm trying to say is that the 3 to the power will be 0. This will be 2 to the minus 1 times 1. Right. So now the 1 will remain on top, and we need to remove that. We need to write this in a positive exponent form. So the 1 remains on top. Then whatever that has a negative exponent, we write it on bottom without the sign. So the final answer for this is 1 over 2. The final answer is 1 over 2. And that's it for this lesson. And on the next lesson, we're going to focus on challenges on exponents, because there are some of the challenging questions. Then we'll try to do more simplification problems. Yes, we'll try to do more simplification problems where you have to do the K method. But that's it for this lesson. Thank you very much for joining in. I'll see you guys on the next lesson. So if this is your first time watching our lesson, make sure that you subscribe, hit the subscription button, comment and like the lesson so that you don't miss the next lesson.